Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Minnesota State Park Hiking Club Trail Series. Today, we traveled to Two Harbors, Minnesota to take the hiking club trail at Gooseberry Falls State Park. Originally set aside to prevent its private development in 1933, the park officially became known as Gooseberry Falls State Park in 1937. A significant amount of its early construction was performed, like a lot of the state parks in that era, by the CCC, who built the castle-like retaining wall that you drive over on Route 61 while traversing up the North Shore. The falls themselves are right below that bridge, and the Park Visitor Center also doubles as a wayside rest, similar to Tetagouche along that road. From a wildlife perspective, according to the DNR website, there are 225 species of birds that nest or visit the park, 46 species of mammals, and 10 species of reptiles or amphibians. The park has gray wolves and black bears, which is a result of its North Woods, Northern Shore location. I'd say you'll probably have less of a chance of seeing them due to its proximity to the road and an abundant popularity compared to relatively more isolated George H. Crosby Manitowoc State Park further to the north and farther from the main road. You will, of course, also have the chance to see white-tailed deer and even the possibility to see the largest member of the deer family, and unsurprisingly the tallest mammal in North America, the moose. I remember I saw one in New Hampshire once while I was walking my dog. The thing that sticks in my head and the most was just how large they are. Their bodies from hoof to shoulder are 6 feet, so when they lift their heads, they're massive and truly a sight to behold. They are best viewed from a significant distance. Like a lot of the North Shore state parks, Gooseberry Falls' climate is regulated by Lake Superior, resulting in milder summers and warmer winters with significant snowfall. The park also has several waterfalls. Most of them are a short walk from the visitor center. It's a pleasant walk if you're traveling further north and just need to stretch your legs at the rest stop. Why not walk a little further and behold some magnificent waterfalls? If you come at the right time in the morning, you can have the potential to see rainbows forming at the base of some of the waterfalls as a result of the angle of the morning sun. The hiking club trail begins across the bridge from the visitor center. It's a 2.2-mile hike that is primarily on dirt paths moving through high underbrush that is wide enough to walk through without getting brushed against. You can see the upper falls and the top of middle falls from the bridge. It may be tempting to divert course at this time, but there is a divergent path along the hiking club trail that brings you down to the base of lower falls and crosses over the river. It's an excellent way to view the falls coming from the base up. Once you cross the river, the trail turns to the right and the sign is pretty visible, letting you know where the start of the trail is. Once you walk in a little ways, the path diverges. Here is the path I mentioned that will head down towards the waterfall. It's a nice, if maybe a little steep path that heads down towards the waterfall, which, when it makes it down to river level, crosses over a few bridges before bringing you to the waterfall area on the far side of the river from the hiking club trail. I recommend taking this path after you complete the hiking club, as it provides fantastic views of the waterfalls as you climb back up to the visitor center level. The hiking club trail starts its initial climb up to the rocky cliffs that overlook Superior. There is a small switchback that climbs upward, with some seating near the top before the trail splits that you can rest at before continuing onward if you'd like. Once you get to the split, I recommend taking the right path. Although both are equally interesting, taking the right will allow you to kind of take in more views, as this is part that kind of looks out towards Superior, which I recommend taking the left way on the return trip because there's no outlook over Superior. The trail then continues along the cliffs, although there will be significant undergrowth. Typically between you and the cliff, there are periodic breaks within it that will allow you to look out onto the river. From up here, it'll be pretty obvious that the color of the water isn't what you'd see elsewhere. It's a shade of brown, which gives the water a root beer-like appearance. This coloration is due to the high tannin content from the trees in the area. After the initial climb section of the trail, there are several wooden platforms along the Superior cliffs that allow you spectacular views of Superior, Agate Beach, and the coast north of the park. My favorite part of the trail is the third overlook of Lake Superior, as it gives a decent overview of both Agate Beach to the south as well as the rocky cliffs to the north, with that great expanse of Lake Superior in between. It's a great overlook that's well positioned on the trail. Outside of the hiking club trail, it's undoubtedly the waterfalls. It's cool to see multiple waterfalls, and some formations are cooler than others, but to have such a long run of waterfalls and large, significant waterfalls at that is very cool. I can only imagine what this looks like during the spring melt. Come to think of it, I might have to come up here next year and see it for myself. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this edition of the series, let us know. Also, let us know which one you'd like to see next.